Hi, my name's Richard Armitidge, and I'm reading a selection of my favourite classic love poems for Audible. I actually think love is almost indefinable. It's a sensation, it's an idea, it's kind of elusive. It's why there are endless poems about love, there are endless movies made about love, stories that are told about love, paintings that are made, any kind of art form in a way that human beings attempt to express what they're feeling and cannot.
Had we but world enough, and time, this coyness lady were no crime. We would sit down and think which way to walk and pass our love-long's day. Thou by the Indian Ganges' side shouldst rubies find, I by the tide of Humber would complain. I would love you 10 years before the flood.
There's something deeply human about the idea that when you've kind of entered into an engagement with another person, that you've had some kind of spiritual contact with them, physical contact, whatever that is, that there's an exchange. And the idea of the heart as a sort of an organ in the body, but as a sort of an idea, a spiritual idea that you know, you bequeath your heart to someone, or you take care of someone's heart. I just think that the expression of that in that particular poem is really, really succinct and beautiful.
Now, therefore, while the youthful hue sits on thy skin like morning dew, and while thy willing soul transpires at every pore with instant fires, now let us sport us while we may, and now like amorous birds of prey, rather at once our time devour, than languish in this slow-chapped power.
For me, in poetry, the line endings are very significant. The last word of each line is a springboard to the next line. I feel like when the poet organizes their words into stanza or verse, they are indicating to the reader or the speaker a certain musicality, in the same way that a composer arranges their music on the stave. Every single one of those poems has a different expression of something that the poet is trying to portray. And I feel like there is a phrasing that is infinitely personal to every reader that reads any of these poems. Will read them differently. And I think that the poet invites that. So whether you're saying it to be heard or just saying it aloud for yourself, I think they should be read aloud.